Yo, what up? Hope everybody's doing well. And I was just thinking, I took a class maybe 2 months ago, and this particular photographer, she shot Obama, BB King, Madonna, all these people. And I went into the class expecting it to be just hands on. She's teaching us, she's teaching us, she's teaching us. The one thing that I got from that class is get out and do it. And what she made us basically do within the class was here's photographer A. This looks to be how photographer A did it. Now go and replicate that. And that tremendously helped me learn or grasp different things. So we started out taking a basic $8 lamp from Walmart. And say, for instance, we position this lamp from here, and you have to take photos like that. Of course, you could add like a reflector or things like that, but she wanted no editing, black and whites, um, and just the natural photo how it is, and see the best that you can come out with. So what we would do is we would get one photographer. One guy was William Penn. We would look up some of his work, and we would notice, okay, he's shooting super close up, using a backdrop, or not even a backdrop back then. It was basically he was using a V flat back then, and just one light. She's like, hey, just use one light. She prefers constant light. You could use a strobe, whatever the case, but just one light. And we would have to replicate that, come back, and then she would critique our work. I learned that by doing that, you get an idea of how these great photos came into fruition and how you could take that lesson and apply it to what you're doing now. So that's just an idea. You don't have to do it. A lot of people maybe don't learn that way, but that drastically helped me improve my photo journey. Just getting out and trying it. And I know it sounds like, well, I get out and try, but what I do, but that's a prime example of something to do. Find a photographer that you like, look for the light sources within the photo, and then try to replicate it. Okay, I think there's two lights or a light and a reflector on this side. Let me try to replicate that within my photo. And sometimes it could just be the positioning. Sometimes you need to speak to your model and tell them, hey, I need you to change your face this way so that the shadow hits this point of your face. Or I need you to change it this way so that the shadow is split directly down your face. Whatever works, whatever you have to do. Sometimes it's not about getting in and just taking photos, because a lot of times, you take 300 photos or 200 photos or even 100 photos, you're really only going to use two to three of them. Or at least that's what I do. So as I was starting out, a lot of people would say, learn to make the photo instead of taking the photo. And that particular thought changed or helped to change me also because I think for me, photography is really just about slowing down. Sometimes you may get anxious, you may have an anxiety, and you're just like trying to go, 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 when really you need to stop, take a breather, and slow down and look at everything that's in the photo. Look at the composition, look at how the light is on your model's face, or if you found a scene and you're just waiting, if you're doing street photography and you found a scene and you're just waiting on a person to come into that scene, to come into that light, sometimes it's about sitting back and making a photo. That approach may not work for everybody, but I have noticed I used to be on the go, going, 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 walking, walking, walking. And most recently, I found some of the photos that I like the most or photos where I sat back and kind of waited for 15 or 20 minutes for somebody to walk out of their shadow into the light. Or as soon as they come out of the shadow and just their face is in the light, but the rest of the body is in the shadow. And those things don't happen in my experience, by just going, 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 going. It takes you to slow down in order for you to get that experience. And that's just something that I want to share with you. And I hope that that helps. Even though I have been doing photography for 3, maybe 4 years now, and when I say that, I mean actually learning photography, I still consider myself a beginner. So I wouldn't, and I wouldn't, so I wouldn't take everything that I say to heart because these are just my opinions and what have helped me. You may have to learn a different way. You may have to learn something differently in order to help your photography journey. And that's something that you also need to accept as well. I learned by going out, taking photo walks, reading books, taking classes. You may learn differently. You may need a mentor or something else. I don't know. But, and even still, like by taking these classes, I kind of look at these people as my mentor. And I'm a mentee, and just learning to continue to be a mentee throughout everything. I'm never too big, or I'm never found out enough to where I don't want to hear somebody's opinion on how to make a better photo or how to get um, more productivity out of what I'm doing, you know?